We are live once again. Very somber situation here with the Thursday night. Ben, Mike, start us off, please.
The Midweek.
Like I said, it's a very somber midweek ward because Impact and Spike TV have parted ways.
Not yet. I would say their Facebook status is it's complicated.
Yeah.
They're on a break.
They were on a break, and they're seeing Destination America.
No, Destination America.
Destination America.
We are not going to say the A.
No. And we're probably going to use a U in there somewhere as well.
MERIKUH, yes.
But this is this might be the very last TNA NXT Aftershow we do of this year. Does this point that out?
Yeah.
There's a month left.
There's over a month left.
It's a sad day. I mean, we can do it for like the best of, but there's probably just going to be one of them. But we'll get into that later. Joining me, as always, on this journey through the midweek that was professional wrestling is the man from Poughkeepsie, New York.
Yes.
Man, goddamn Mike.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good.
All right.
I mean, wrestling happened.
It totally did happen.
It totally happened. So, you know what? We're going to do something a little different today. We're going to start with NXT.
Yes.
That's the only we have to finish out with the big TNA news and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be last. So maybe Sword can post like a little annotation here to click here for the actual TNA thing. But as of right now, Mad Mike.
Yeah.
Your one word for NXT.
Bullseye, Cotton! I understand that's 2 words and there's a lot of B's in there. This episode of NXT was written for me. I'm convinced of it.
You've repeated that multiple times, and I don't disagree with you on this one.
I'm convinced of it. How long have we been watching NXT now? Since February, at least?
But yeah.
This is the best episode of NXT I've ever seen, and I'm including the pay-per-views.
Uh-huh.
At least, me personally. My personal taste, this is the best episode of NXT I've ever seen.
And hashtag opinions. So, in my one word, Owens.
I knew you were going to do that.
Oh, man. December 11th is going to be so much awesome. I can't contain myself.
I'm super amped for it. It's going to be a good show.
It's going to be a great show. So, my good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, there's so much good.
There really is. I mean, I don't have a bad. In lieu of my bad, I'm going to say a second good.
I actually do have a bad, but I'm going to go with my good first.
That's fine.
Bailey starting off the show.
That is a great way to start off a show.
And
economics.
And bonus points to the guy with the chibi Bailey in the background. Bonus points for you, sir. But yeah, she's adorable.
Yes.
So.
And Becky Lynch is getting better.
Slightly.
Slightly. But I like that she's with Sasha now because Sasha's awesomeness is rubbing off on Becky Lynch.
Yeah. I can go so many ways with that one, but I'm not going to
I
touch it.
know.
Man,
I know.
Mike,
Yes.
what is your one good thing? And you've already told me this. That's why I didn't take it.
Oh. Putting the emphasis in villain for the vaudevillains. Because, oh my god. It's a little known fact that one of my favorite segments of all time. I didn't do that on purpose. I did
Yes,
not do that on purpose. No, I really didn't. I really didn't. But one of my favorite segments of all time is right after the Montreal Screwjob. Shawn Michaels comes out on Raw with the WWE title, and he introduces Bret Hart to the ring. And a midget Bret Hart comes out, and Shawn puts his hand on the forehead as midget Bret Hart is swinging away, and Shawn puts a sharpshooter on the little guy. That's one of my favorite segments in Monday Night Raw history, because that, to me, is when, besides Vince saying Bret screwed Bret, that's when they fired the real first shot. They were like, okay, fuck it, this is what we're doing now. We are going directly after you, and it's not going to be a clean competition. The Vaudevillains this week challenged the Lucha Dragons, and we got midget Lucha Dragons wearing Nacho Libre masks.
The only
and Simon Gotch did a WWE 2K14 creative finisher.
Yeah.
They passed the midget back and forth between each other.
Doing an airplane spin.
Yep.
The only thing that would have made this better if they came out wearing like the youth tag team titles. Like the youth with the Velcro and all that stuff. Like have them come out in that fake leather titles. Like it doesn't have to be the NXT titles, just WWE titles. That would be amazing. But
yes,
yeah, that is a good thing. Man, Mike, is there really a bad thing about this show today? This week? Because I honestly can think of one.
Okay, well, you go with your bad first. I'll try and see if I can think of one.
Well, they're setting up for probably one of the worst matches in NXT history.
Go on.
Baron Corbin and Bull Dempsey.
Really?
I don't like either one of them, and they're gonna have a match.
See, I don't know if they're gonna have a match.
Or they're gonna team up, which would even be worse.
I think they're going to have a competitive competition amongst gentlemen to see how quickly they can defeat jobbers.
But that's the thing. Once the match was over, Baron Corbin goes back into the back, and then Bull Dempsey immediately comes out before even before Baron Corbin leaves, and they pass each other. And there was a look, and it was. I'm gonna put this down. There was that look, and it was one of those weird things where it just happened. And you know it's going to happen. And I don't want it to happen, just like I don't want to see Mojo Rawley again. But that was my only bad thing about this.
Okay, I thought of a bad thing.
Okay.
I thought of a bad thing. The Ascension with microphones in their hands.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I don't mind them being badasses and coming out and destroying people. I don't mind that. They need a manager.
They need to take the microphone away from Connor.
This is why, like, when they're brought up to the main roster, I want them to be with Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt can help them, or Lana. Lana can also help them a lot. Yeah. They're not the best. They're not the worst. They are
They're
in
close.
developmental. They're in developmental, which I get.
But
And
here's the thing.
you need to have mic time to be better at being on the mic. I get that.
Here's the thing, though. Victor, I can get.
Hmm.
Connor has been here since the days of the old NXT, where he had to do like all these different stunts, like the obstacle course and all that stuff. He's had the experience already. He hasn't improved at all with his talking. Wrestling skills maybe, but like I remember when he was supposed to be like the Rat or some stupid angle when he first debuted in NXT.
Hmm.
But I just don't get Conan O'Brien. Uh, that was for Oksana and how she pronounces everything. But just don't like him. I don't.
Yeah. No, I get it. But honestly, apart from that, and that's a very minor thing, a supremely solid show
Oh yes, it was.
all the way around.
So
Riz,
there.
what's one thing you'd change if you could?
One thing I would change. Oh man, there isn't much. There isn't much I would change actually. Even
Okay.
the like, I just don't have one. Everything just seemed like the click this week.
Hmm. I would change one thing.
Okay.
Um, we don't need CJ Parker.
No.
We don't. I get it. Tyson Kidd versus CJ Parker is a fresh match. I appreciate fresh matchups. And that match was actually really fun because holy crap, Tyson Kidd beat the crap out of him. But I don't know. I mean, it's all set up for Kidd versus Baylor next week, which,
Which
yes,
I'm gonna watch pantless and
yeah.
you're gonna love it, Mad Mike.
But I don't know. Maybe someone else against Tyson Kidd.
Like,
Maybe Tyler Breeze because they never had an official one-on-one match.
no.
If you're gonna do a heel versus a heel, make it a heel versus heel match. I'd want to see.
I
Or hell, have Tyson squash Mojo Rawley.
thank you.
See, there you go, Rizz.
Thank you. Okay, I thought of something.
Okay.
Why didn't anybody help the mechanics?
Why would they?
That's a good point. Like it just bothered me that there is nobody like saving anybody anymore. Like after a while, it was Hideo Itami, and then that stopped, and now they're just beating up people.
I also have a feeling that we might be getting a fatal four-way tag match for the number one contendership between Justin Kidd and
Justin Kidd.
Justin Gabriel and Tyson Kidd, Enzo and Cass, the Ascension, and Itami and Baylor. Because
Tommy and Baylor have to win that, don't they?
I don't necessarily. Me personally, I think the Ascension and Itami and Baylor cancel each other out,
Mm-hmm.
which leaves the New Age Outsiders, Enzo and Cass.
Yep.
Or you could have Tyson Kidd actually win some gold and be NXT Tag Champ. That'd be good too.
I don't want Tyson Kidd to win gold. I want him to go to WWE and win gold. I want him to be Intercontinental Champion or US Champion right now.
You just want to be champion of cats.
I do. Like he comes out in his like hoodie. He comes out in a black hoodie, and it's covered in white fur.
And
and there's like little claw.
That's not a belt. It's just he just has a lot of cats.
Yeah, and there's
He's
like
a
little
limp
claw
noodle.
marks in the jacket himself. Like you can see like claw marks in the leather of the belt. I'm already making this stuff up on my as I go along here.
That's really good. That's really
So
good.
so we're gonna do something like just one little different thing here.
Rizz,
Yes.
were you playing with a Great Khali action figure?
I've been doing this the entire time.
I did not notice.
You haven't seen. That's why I said I'm gonna put this down because I'm.
No. That's
But
right, everyone. Rizz is playing with a Great Khali.
yes, I am. Yes,
Okay.
I am. Anyways, we're gonna do a little different, just a bit, just a smidge.
Okay.
We'll get to the one word in a little bit because I got something else. I got something planned for that. Mad Mike, what is your one good thing about TNA this week?
I'm gonna say the Knockouts title match.
Okay.
I enjoyed it greatly. I'm still not too super keen on the idea of taking it off Havoc so early.
That's
Well,
yes.
no, but if you are going to do that, that match that they had is exactly the way to do it. It was a story-driven match. The story was told, I thought, flawlessly. Because Gail Kim and Taryn Terrell have a respect-based friendship. They also have a competitive-based friendship. So them starting to team up to go after Havoc, and then getting competitive over who gets the finish is perfect. Havoc getting the comeback when they're fighting is also good. That's how you book a match. That's ABC booking. And then Havoc not being the one that was pinned. Very crucial, very important, because it shows neither woman could actually beat Havoc.
Yeah,
And
that
I
is
like
true.
that. I like that a lot, especially Gail Kim and Taryn Terrell did a combo big boot RKO.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking A! That, like,
And
we
I'm
marvel about that
surprised.
whenever they have Survivor Series matches and it takes like 3 finishers to beat the Big Show. That's what TNA did. They did it properly, and I love Taryn. I said this to you when we first got on the Hangout. 2014 Taryn Terrell is 2002 Trish Stratus. Go on the network. I know you got it. Watch some old Trish Stratus matches from 2002. Then watch that triple threat match with Taryn Terrell. They very similar styles. They both have a lot of heart. They put everything into the match, and it's really, really good. Like, super happy for Taryn Terrell.
Okay.
That was great.
Okay. My one good thing is I actually now have two good things now that I think about it, but I'm going to just use one because we've always used the EC3 and Rockstar Spud thing. But my good thing is that X Division match.
Yep, that was another good thing. That was a very good thing, too. I didn't like the result.
The only downside didn't like about it, I liked the result. I was the only. I'm probably in the minority about that. I like the result slightly, even though it is kind of counterproductive of having a new champion for Destination America. But it was short and sweet and right to the point.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually seemed like it was just a. I mean, they were trying to hide the fact that they didn't have a champion for like that show because
Samoa Joe got an injury to his wallet region.
Yeah, he tore his no contract ligament.
Oh,
His NCL.
the NCL, yeah.
NCL is very dangerous to break.
That's a
Very
bitch.
hard when it tears it.
I heard that's what Bully Ray tore that took him out of action permanently.
Yeah.
Too.
He's got a lot of those injuries.
Oh man, TNA. They should really get James Andrews to work on those torn NCLs.
Anyways, my one bad thing though, is the fact that wasn't the main event.
Oh, okay. I
Like,
thought that was gonna be your one thing you'd change.
It didn't end the show. Well, my one bad thing I just want to point out was the promo that was after it.
Yeah. Wasn't good.
It wasn't good because it was just Kurt Angle being Kurt Angle, and it was a promo that we already saw in like 2008 WWE.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't mesh well, and like I said on the tweeters, we're promoting. They're promoting a show that's a month away, that only half the people that are watching this on Impact, on Spike TV, are going to watch.
Well, going to be able to watch.
You're going to be able to watch legally. Because I don't think half the people that are watching Impact have Destination America. And you're going to find out that there's not going to be that many. It's going to be the highest rated show on Destination America. Let's be clear on that. But it's not going to be. We're not going to remember that, Kurt Angle and MVP are fighting for reasons. Because nobody cares. Nobody cares about MVP or nobody cares about Kurt Angle right now. They want to see the future of professional wrestling. They want to see the X Division matches. They want to see the knockouts matches because, as Mad Mike pointed out, they are getting better.
As long as you keep the beautiful people away. And the beautiful people, the best characters in the knockout division, not the best wrestlers.
No. They want to see EC3 and Rockstar Spud do it again. They want to see more. But we get... I'm on a little rant here. Mad Mike, please tell me what... Wait, did you say what your bad thing is?
No, I didn't.
What is your one bad thing?
My one bad thing... Chris Melendez should not be able to use a big boot.
Nope.
He shouldn't. He just shouldn't. Yeah, I get just the whole Melendez thing. I read the column on Uprocks by Danielle Matheson, and she put into words what I've been thinking in the back of my head for a while. They're treating everything Chris Melendez does like a circus monkey. Like, oh my God, how is he able to do that? Like,
he has two legs, but one of them is metal.
Legs. He's just a normal person with an amputated leg. He's been rehabbing for presumably months to years to be able to do this. Not to mention training in a wrestling ring to be able to do this. All that being said, he should not be able to use that leg as a weapon. That should be a disqualification.
I think that's what made Zach Gowen so effective, because he didn't use prosthetic legs. He wrestled with one leg.
Yes.
And we're not saying that Chris Melendez should wrestle with one leg. He's done a whole lot of shit.
Oh yeah, and with his build,
he needs to do. But
with his build, he's not a flippy guy. He needs a second leg to anchor the moves that he does. Mm-hmm. And I gotta say, his offense, it looks good.
Yeah.
He's got good-looking offense. He needs to work a little bit on his selling, but he should not be able to use a big boot. And if he does use a big boot, We need some kind of authority figure to call into question, like Lex Luger's steel-plated forearm. The steel plate is there for surgical reasons, just like Chris Melendez. Exactly like that, except Chris Melendez, slightly bigger scale, obviously. Jack Tunney saw Luger was using this forearm, said, no, fuck you, you have to wear a pad on that. Now, I'm not saying we pad up Chris Melendez's leg, obviously, but I'm saying...
At least the sole.
No, if he uses that in a match, he is automatically disqualified.
Okay. But here's the thing. Are we
And
going
then he can use it after a match when he's getting attacked 2-on-1 and hit Kenny King with a big-ass fucking leg lariat. How awesome would that be?
That would be awesome. But here's the thing, Mad Mike. Are we going by the Lex Luger rules, or are we going by the D'Lo Brown rules? Where he had that protective chest plate, and he was able to use that in a match.
To be fair, every time he used the chest protector, they questioned whether it was legal. And it's also something he could remove. So I would say the Luger rules apply as opposed to the D'Lo Brown rules.
Okay. And Mad Mike, what is your one thing you would change about this week's in TNA?
One thing I would change, we need a new X Division champion. Not a new X Division champion. We need new.
Yeah.
Tigre Uno has never held it. I know DJZ has, but he would still be very welcome. Yes. Manic is in a new, big, heavy-hitting stable that presumably you would like to push. Make Manic the champion. Give James Storm the power that he would need. He's got the tag titles already. Give him the X Division belt. If you want to call a faction a revolution, make them fucking revolutionize something.
Yeah. I totally agree on that one.
Also, Kurt Angle should never wrestle.
He's going to.
I know.
On Destination America, he's going to.
By the way, before we get to your thing that you would change, when they have Destination X on Destination America, what do we call that?
X.
Destination America X?
No, just X.
Okay.
Just X. Because it's like the or X America, because it's taking away the destination. It cancels out the destination.
So you're dividing them. Okay, yes, I got you.
We're dividing the destination for America and X. Solving for X. So
that's what we're gonna call it. Solve for X.
Mm-hmm. So my one thing I would change,
yes,
besides the main event, flipping that over, shit. What am I gonna say here? Because I know. Bram is not the king of hardcore.
Thank you. If you didn't say something about that, I was going to.
Why? Why is that a thing?
It was a fine match.
It was okay.
Yeah, I mean for mid 2000s ECW brawl, it was a fine match. It was good. It had good back and forth. I'm sorry, Bram. No. I still don't get it.
And yelling like Groot, "I am Bram," before smashing. And this is the part that got me. It wasn't the fact that he was calling himself King of Hardcore, because he wasn't. Mike Tenay was. That kind of bothered me. But the thing is, the part where I was really, really, really hate was the steel chair wrapped in barbed wire.
Mm-hmm.
Was there any point in that? Because Tommy Dreamer was already bleeding, so and B, it doesn't really do much. unless you kick him in the face. Like if you just like start beating them over and over again, it doesn't do much. I just don't get. I wouldn't have that spot in there, is what I'm saying. I would probably have a steel chair, but not steel chair wrapped in barbed wire.
Or how about the thing that supposedly made Bram the king of hardcore, the thing that he stole from Abyss, Janice?
Janice.
How about that?
Well, Abyss is a bad guy now, so everything is moot, sir.
I guess that's fair.
I don't know. I really don't. So, so here's what we're gonna do. Since this is the last Impact of the year.
Leave the memories alone.
Wow, that was horrible.
I know. It's fitting.
Mad Mike.
Yeah.
What is the one thing you will remember the most about Impact on Spike TV?
Ooh.
One thing, not one word. One thing.
Ooh. Oh, fuck. I didn't know you were going to come at me with this.
Oh, I came at you, bro.
All right. Okay. I know what my top is. I'm going to give you a top 4 or 5. I'm going to give you a top 4 or 5. Number 5, the awful attempts to infuse Bellator MMA with Spike TV.
Tito
Ortiz, Rampage Jackson, Bobby Lashley. Anytime Mike Tenay mentions Bellator, oh Jesus, King Mo. Fuck, I forgot about King Mo. Okay, number 4, the the Monday Night War Part 2.
That's number 4?
Yes, Monday Night War Part 2. It was rough. It was very, very rough because I remember when that happened, I was live tweeting who won segment to segment between Raw and NXT. Raw and TNA. Spoiler alert: TNA did not win very often.
Nope.
Number 3, I'm going to say TNA is really good at funeral segments.
Yep.
TNA is very, very. If you need a wrestling gimmick fake killed, TNA is the company to do it because hot damn, they do it really well, and they've never had a bad one of those. Number 2. Oh man! All right, a tie for number 2. 2 segments that will forever be emblazoned in my brain: Scott Steiner on a pogo stick, and Bobby Roode in that giant chair kicking his little legs. 2 segments. Actually, I will throw a third: Ric Flair on a wheelchair, reeling down that ramp. Those are my 3 segments that will be forever emblazoned into my brain. And the number 1, TNA not capitalizing on young talent.
EC3.
No, not just EC3. Not just
Jay Lethal. Oh, man.
Yes, Jay Lethal. Eric Young. Magnus.
Bobby Roode until it was too late.
No, Bobby Roode was way too late. Chris Sabin. Alex Shelley.
Christopher Daniels.
I don't know if I'd qualify him as young talent because he's older than me, but Christopher by God Daniels never having the TNA title
that's a mockery of a sham.
It's a Travis Sham mockery, Rizz. That is probably the biggest offense that TNA has ever done. Yep. Christopher Daniels not winning that when he was putting out solid gold week in and week out. EC3, I get it. He's only been in the company a year. You don't have to push him too high too fast. Right. I get that. And he's still got plenty of time on Destination America when he comes back from injury and wins the title Bound for Glory 2015. Please, if there's one thing you fucking steal from me, do that. But yeah, TNA always sided with the older guys. Always. And low-key winning on the last episode on Spike TV just proves it.
Loki has some talent still, though.
I never said he doesn't. But when you mentioned in a match that he was in the first match for the X Division title in 2002,
yes.
something needs to fucking change.
That is a good point.
Blow it all up.
Explode it. So I'm gonna have three.
Okay.
My top three in no particular order. Actually, one's gonna be my one. But first, and we're probably gonna overlap. I'm probably gonna say something you said, so.
I will properly shame you if you do.
Well, three is the whole Hogan, Bubba the Love Sponge,
Oh no.
Karma clusterfuck.
Awesome Kong.
Awesome Kong clusterfuck that was. Number two was... Oh, man, what was number two? Number two, I have to agree with you about the talent not being up to snuff until it was way too late.
Yes.
And the examples that you gave of Eric Young and Bobby Roode were really good. But also, and this is a tie as well, but also the singles competitors that we didn't even know about were single competitors. Bully Ray was a damn good champion.
Yes. But I will say
champion.
TNA made Bully Ray.
Yes. Yes. WWE made him a tag team champion. Or no, the ECW made him a tag team champion. WWE made him a tag team champion.
WWE made him famous and rich.
And TNA made him a world heavyweight champion.
Mm-hmm.
And my number one, and I don't think they're gonna, is the fact that we went from Main Event Mafia
I know.
directly to Aces and Eights.
Don't forget Immortal.
Immortal. Oh, I forgot. I'm not forgetting about Immortal. I want to forget about Immortal.
Okay, because you're doing them in the wrong order.
Oh, I know. It's Main Event Mafia.
First you got Team Canada.
Oh, Team Canada was good. I'm talking about the cluster that was the fact that all the main event spots were done by the Main Event Mafia, Immortal, Aces and Eights, and Team Dixie.
And let's do an homage to all the major factions. You also had EC 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
You had the World Elite.
Wait, was it EC 2.0?
EC 2.0. EC 2.0.
Oh,
yes.
Man.
Let's see. You also had Team Canada. You had Team Jarrett. Man.
Suck a dick.
Oh man, I know there are more. And I can't think of any right now. But Jesus, like TNA may have killed factions for wrestling.
Oh, like the fact is that you don't need a faction every chance you get. Like it seemed like a DBZ episode where it was just like these guys were destroyed, so here comes another group. Like,
and every one of them is the Ginyu Force.
Yes.
Because
every one of them included, Kurt Angle in some form.
All right, Rizz.
Yes.
Before we sign off, first, which one won the week for you?
The week?
NXT or TNA?
Honestly, it's closer than you think.
Oh no, and for all the grief we're giving TNA, it was a very good last show on Spike.
It was
very good.
But holy crap, I'm gonna watch NXT again.
Yeah, and NXT, solid winner, the best NXT I've seen thus far, and it was up against a very good.
Last Impact on Spike TV. Come on.
Mm-hmm. But Riz, before we sign off,
Mm.
I'm gonna hit you with a question.
Oh shit.
All right, you're only allowed to name one moment.
One moment.
You're only allowed to name one moment. I have mine in my brain. I will let you think while I describe mine.
Okay.
The worst moment of TNA on Spike.
Oh man.
And it has to be on TV.
Wow.
Can't be anything backstage. Can't be anything like that. The single worst moment. And
On TV.
worst can be funniest too.
Okay.
But I'm saying worst. The worst moment of TNA on Spike. Would you like me to go first since I have mine?
You can go. You can go first.
Okay. Mine is Orlando Jordan. Because TNA was, and I will give them credit, the first company to actively come out and say
He's bisexual.
that he was bisexual. And Orlando Jordan is bisexual, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And TNA had an honest-to-goodness opportunity to start a dialogue with people who watch TNA and to make it less about that than that he's different, than that he's just like everyone else. He just happens to have a different sexual orientation. What TNA decided to do with that is make a really, really, really worse version of Goldust.
Now, this is the thing. Was it TNA's fault, or was it Orlando Jordan who wanted to do that?
I'm going to go with yes, but you have to have some sort of higher up saying, no, Orlando Jordan, we are not going to allow you to squirt baby lotion in your face.
And not even and have like fluorescent.
Yeah, no, there has to be someone at the top saying, I'm all for edgy TV, but this is too much.
Yeah. Oh, let's see.
All right, so have you thought of a worst moment in TNA on Spike TV history, Rizz? There's a lot to choose from.
There is. Wow. Oh.
Okay.
Brooke Hogan.
Oh, really?
Brooke Hogan.
Really?
Really.
All right.
He had no part in being in that show.
All right.
I know it. The people watching at home know it. Brooke Hogan being the Knockouts advisor and then being replaced by somebody even worse, Karen Jarrett, a.k.a. Karen Angle, a.k.a. probably Karen Mad Mike shortly. Who knows? Or Karen Sorg, or something like that. It doesn't really matter because
Karen Sorg, shout out.
They were both horrible at their jobs.
All right. I don't know. Personally, I thought Brooke Hogan kind of came around in the end. I think she developed well.
She always comes around at the end. Anyways,
I'm surprised you didn't say Claire Lynch.
Claire Lynch was It was.
You can't even say entertaining. You cannot even say entertaining.
No, it was good because we saw the hobo AJ Styles for a minute. Remember when he came on the Tron cycle and like sped away, like he looked at the camera and got on his Tron cycle and darted off.
Okay, but to counter hobo AJ Styles, Brooke Hogan brought us the real Bully Ray.
Ooh. Yeah, that is true.
I mean, without a Brooke Hogan, you can't have an Aces and Eights, which was a good reveal.
And a close second.
Okay.
I'll do another one since a close second. I used to like Mr. Anderson so much, but I've been turned. He is horrible
I'm wondering why we ever liked him.
because he
Because I've seen
talks
some
in
of his
funny
stuff on the
voices.
network. Yeah, but I've seen some of his stuff on the network. He literally has not changed a single thing since 2006.
He talks in funny voices, and we liked him because it was a new entrance thing. Like he did his own entrance.
Okay, that's
So
fair.
okay, so
All
before
right.
we thank you guys so much for putting up with us for the last how many months has it been? Maybe a
It's been a
year.
while. By the way, next week, if you want us to do Lucha Underground versus NXT, please let us know. Email us at
Or even
goodtimeswrestlingmayhemshow.com.
comment it down
Yeah.
in the comments down below here on the YouTubes. We'll see it. We get
Oh, yeah.
emails from Sorg all the time saying, "Hey, there's something going on." But for Mad Mike, for myself, Rizz, thank you guys so much for joining us here each and every week for the uh, m- mi-
Midweek.
and we will see you guys next week for another, maybe even better edition of the.
The Midweek War.
Because you can't get enough wrestling in your midweek unless you have
A Midweek War.